There are only so many resources in Marvel Strike Force, so unless you're a major Kraken, you're not going to be able to build every single character, every single team. So you need to prioritize, and that's what we're helping you with in this video. We're counting down the top 10 teams as it stands today in Marvel Strike Force, along with some honorable mentions. And if you're ready for that, Valley Club, you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And boom, right into the game, talking about the criteria for this countdown. And let's talk about the game modes where these teams are going to shine. And first and foremost, in my opinion, the most valuable game mode is Arena. It's something that you're going to do every day, and it's going to be your major source of power cores in Marvel Strike Force, which is going to help you in every single game mode. So Arena teams are going to be the highest on this list. Now, if you look at Arena for a while, hybrid teams have dominated this game mode. And just for simplicity's sake, we're not going to name hybrid teams because you could piece together a lot of teams and come up with many, many great hybrid teams. But for the sake of this list, we're going to use full teams, full cookie cutter teams on this. And if some of those characters are included in a hybrid team for Arena, they will get us a little bit more priority. We also have the raids here. Raids is another game mode that you're doing every single day. This is an important source of your resources, especially if you're trying to get into Dark Dimension 6. So raid teams are gonna get a little more of a bump than if they're just valuable in Crucible and War, with the caveat that these teams have to be valuable outside of just the raids there. Next, Cosmic Crucible for me is the next most important game mode. It does have some really good rewards there. It is something that you're doing 3 times a week, but I do like the game modes. And for me, I value this game mode just because of the fun factor. And last but not least is Alliance War. Now, the rewards for this game mode were so bad for a while that I've kind of gotten out of Alliance War, but the rewards are improving, and we have a new season of Alliance War starting up very soon. So this may be a wash for you guys, whether you value Crucible more or Alliance War more, but let's get right into the countdown. And boom, first team on this list is the Tangled Web team, coming in at number 10. And the main reason this team is on the list is not because of the team itself. It's only 3 characters, but it's because of Spider Weaver, who is necessary for that Apocalypse unlock and still has a lot of value nowadays. Now, the arena value has went away a long time ago. Unless you don't have Apocalypse still in your arena shard, Spider Weaver's still going to give you value there. Since the introduction of Bifrost, this team lost some in the raids, but still very, very important in Cosmic Crucible. It allows you to do some major punch-ups with the charge mechanic that Weaver has and the reducing the accuracy. Spider-Man 2099 is also a great opener when pairing with Weaver. Noir is kind of useless there. So Cosmic Crucible is where this team is going to shine. War, they're going to be very good as well. And anywhere else that you could use Weaver and make use of those charges, she will be very good. I've heard that Dark Dimension, she loses those charges very, very quickly. So it wouldn't be a great choice to take her into Dark Dimension, but if you want to build her because you've already built her up for Apocalypse and you just want to get in right away, wouldn't be the worst choice. Just realize she's going to lose her charges very fast in Dark Dimension 6. And coming at a number 9 spot is the Nowhere team. And currently they have 0 value in Arena, except for some back end value because of that Black Cat event. Black Cat is going to be on the Secret Defenders. You need this Nowhere team to unlock Black Cat. So they sort of have the arena value right now because of that. But I don't see any of these individual characters being in the arena meta. I don't see any of these individual characters being in the raid meta. Where they're going to shine, obviously, is War. They're great on War offense. They're great on War defense. And they do have some value in Cosmic Crucible as well. Nova, I use in a lot of different teams to counter a lot of teams, but I did face a big Nowhere this morning, and it was a lot trickier than I thought. So you're mainly going to use these guys in War, mainly for the Black Cat event for Arena. You also have a little bit of value for each of these individual characters in Dark Dimension 6. Nova is a character that I think you can take to Dark Dimension 6. Star-Lord, not because he's a great character, but because he is a skill character. And there's not a lot of great skill options for Dark Dimension 6. So these are some options that you could build in for Dark Dimension 6. Nova, I think, is going to be great. And coming at number 8 on this list is the Unlimited X-Men. They were one of the top teams for so long, and they still do have some value currently. Rogue is still in the arena meta. I see her a lot on offense. I use her on offense. I see her on defense, and can be very, very annoying with that taunt if you don't deal with it. But they've lost a lot of value in Cosmic Crucible. Was one of the best Cosmic Crucible teams, not anymore. A lot of times I see this on defense, and they're countered very easily by the Masters of Evil. So not the best Cosmic Crucible team. We're not really using them in the raids because Death Seed is much better for that mutant section. And they do have some value in war. The main reason we're still mentioning this team, they are a part of that Apocalypse unlock. So you need to build them whether you like it or not if you want to get that Apocalypse. But Rogue is still going to have value. Gambit is still going to have value. And as far as Dark Dimension 6, Rogue is a great character to take in there. And if you have enough mutant gear, Gambit wouldn't be the worst character because of his passive and all the extra pings he brings in. So this team has dropped a lot over the past few months. They're going to continue to drop, but as of right now, they still are hanging on by a thread with some value in the game right now. So they are pretty good. Coming up next on the list is the Masters of Evil, or some people call it 4 characters plus Kang. Kang is such a good character, relevant in Arena right now. He still may be relevant when the full Secret Defenders come here, but he is a very strong character. You are going to shine with this team in offense in Cosmic Crucible. Currently, they're a very effective counter to the Unlimited X-Men in Room 5. Kang is going to be relevant in Arena. That Kang Bang, that ultimate of Kang is very, very strong where they use it in Crucible, War, Arena. It is a very, very good counter. Now, like I said, mainly you're going to use this team in Cosmic Crucible, but they also have some value in War as well. And of course, if you want to get Nova so that you could unlock Black Cat, you're going to need the Masters of Evil. So yeah, build them up. They are a very good team and are necessary for current content right now. Coming in at number 6 spot is our first pure raid team in the Rebirth team. And not only are they valuable in the bio sections of the raids, I don't think you can beat the incursion raids without this team. They're also very, very good in Cosmic Crucible. Some people like to place a Rebirth in Room 2. Some people like the Bifrost team in Room 2. Whatever you place in that room is going to be a problem. And in Room 2 in Cosmic Crucible, you're going to get all of the raid bonuses. The big characters on this team that are going to be a problem if you see them. A big Captain America always gives you a problem. A big Captain Carter always gives you a problem. You don't need to build these characters up as much. But as far as the value in Dark Dimension 6, Captain America has some value. And if you want to place some of your gear on these characters, they will give you some value as well. But let's talk about their role in the raids right now. They are the first incursion raid team that we got in the game. So which means that they're probably going to be the first incursion raid team that did get replaced. Now the Bionic Avengers, they were a Doom team. They suck in the incursion raids. So we still don't have a solution for the tech section of the incursion raids. But for the bio section, I think they are going to be replaced, which is why they're the lowest on the list. But currently, valuable necessity in the raids right now, and very good in Cosmic Crucible and very good in War. That's where you're going to get your value from this team. Coming at number 5 is the next pure raid team in the Bifrost team, the most recent team for the incursion raids, a solution for the Mystic section. So if you're serious about the incursion raids, if your alliance is doing that on a daily basis, you're going to need these guys. You're going to need to build them up because there's no real other great option for the Mystic section. You can piece together some other teams, but they're not as good as the Bifrost team here. And also with that Room 2 bonus that we have in Cosmic Crucible Season 4, this team is a nightmare, especially if they're built up very, very big and trying to combat them. Nightmare defense in Room 2 and Cosmic Crucible, and they lose a lot of value in War and other game modes. So mainly raids, mainly Cosmic Crucible is where this team is going to shine. And even though they're only valuable in those 2 game modes, there's such a huge solution for the Mystic section of the incursion raids that they give a big thumbs up for me. There's such a big problem. If you have a big Bifrost team and put them on defense in Cosmic Crucible in Room 2, that is a huge problem for your opponents. So because of the huge problem that they create and the huge problem that they solve, they do get that number 5 spot. And if we're talking about Dark Dimension 6, well, Val's kit has specific callouts to Dark Dimension in the basic, special, and ultimate. So that would be a great character to bring in Dark Dimension 6, considering the added value that we're going to have from this team for the raids for a while. At number 4 is the Death Seed team. And this is one of your Apocalypse teams. So if you want to get Apocalypse, you're going to need to build these characters up. You need to put that ISO 85 in them. You're going to need to put that gear into them. And yes, they're going to help you a lot in the mutant sections of the incursion raids. Makes it easy. I don't think I've even played the mutant section in incursion raids because these guys sim it so effectively, even at this power level. And of course, they do counter a lot of teams in Cosmic Crucible. Maybe not as much as they used to with the raid bonuses in Room 2, but there's other teams that they can counter. You could use a hybrid of this team with Apocalypse to counter a big Bifrost in Room 2. Mainly their use is going to be the raids and in Cosmic Crucible, but also very good in War, whether you're using them in offense or defense. this team does shine. And Archangel does have a little bit of value in Arena, not one of the more common defenses. I don't use him on offense, but I still do see him on defense from time to time. And as far as their value in Dark Dimension 6, Nemesis is one of the characters that I'm taking to the global section. Great kit for that. Archangel is great for the the Horseman legendary, and Magneto is great for the non-Horseman legendary as well. This is a great team to build and one of the top teams in the game, in my opinion. And our next Horseman team comes in the form of this Darkhole team, who is still very relevant in Arena. Maybe not his whole team, but Morgan Le Fay, I see her every day on defense and use her every single day on offense, and still may be a part of the Arena meta once we get this full Secret Defenders team in the game. But they are shining right now on Cosmic Crucible defense, especially in room 6, especially if you take out Scarlet Witch and place a big Quicksilver in that room. This team is very annoying to deal with, and your opponents are going to have to use some of their great teams to counter that. They're also still very good in war, although we do have more counters to them, like the Nowhere and Secret Defenders that are coming up. So they're going to lose a little value in war, but still very annoying. Cosmic Crucible, and still, at least Morgan Le Fay is still right now involved in the Arena meta. At the number 2 spot is the Gamma team, and a lot of this is because of Red Hulk. Red Hulk is still one of the top characters in the game, still involved in Arena nowadays. Obviously, they are a great war team, whether you use them on war offense or war defense. Gamma is going to be tough to deal with in war, even with a lot of these newer counters coming up. And Cosmic Crucible, offense or defense, you always have to watch this Red Hulk to make sure he doesn't get his charges and throw those battlefield effects on you, because you could be winning a battle, accidentally hit a Red Hulk, and boom, the charges go up and you lose. So still a big time bomb that you got to watch. Red Hulk is such a great character. And as far as choices for Dark Dimension, Brawn, you may want to build up. Hulk, you may want to build up. They're not going to give you a huge amount of value in Dark Dimension 6, but you've already built them up for that Apocalypse unlock. You may be very close to gearing them up already. So they may be good characters for you to take into that game mode as well. But I think Red Hulk is the reason that this team comes in at the number 2 spot. So much value across all game modes. Maybe not the raids, but Arena, Crucible, War, Red Hulk, and this Gamma team is shining. And time for some honorable mentions. The only incursion teams that is not officially on this list is the Invader team. They're great in the incursion raids. You need them for the incursion raids, but I don't get a lot of use outside of that game mode with this team. A lot of their bonuses, a lot of their kits is tied to the raids. And a lot of the reason I don't use this outside of the raids is because I put Nick Fury on other teams. You may be using this Invader team that might have a lot more use for you outside of the raids, but for me, Nick Fury, I still pair him with other teams to counter teams in Cosmic Crucible, to counter other teams in War, so doesn't get a lot of shine, but still necessary for these incursion raids. And the last team I want to mention before we get to that number 1 spot is these new Warriors. Very good in Cosmic Crucible. You're not going to see a lot of use for them in the Arena, in the raids. They're good in War, but they're going to shine in Cosmic Crucible, especially on offense. Normally, I'm using them to take out like a big Gamma team on defense, but this is a good team. They are limited in their game modes, which is why they're only an honorable mention. And if you honorable mention characters that I want to mention, and these characters, they're so good. You put them on any team, and that team is probably going to be better because of them. First one, obviously, is Apocalypse. Very involved in Arena meta nowadays, and will still probably be involved in the Arena meta in a few months from now. Very good in any game mode that you're going to use him in. So is Dormammu. I still see him used once in a while in Arena. Very important for countering a lot of teams in Cosmic Crucible and War. So Dormammu, great plug-and-play character, and you can use him on pretty much any team. And last but not least for these honorable mention characters is Dr. Doom. So he's not as plug-and-play ready as Apocalypse or Dormammu, but still a great character. Can be a great addition to any team. You do need to watch which teams you're going against and watch the placement, but Dr. Doom makes most teams better. And the number 1 team, in my opinion, is the Secret Defenders. Yes, they're not fully here yet as I'm making this video, but this rating is based on what I'm using right now in Arena, which is Photon, Miss Marvel, Hardlight. I will start to use Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes as soon as he is built up. But this is a lot based on what I've seen on the test server and how much these guys smash pretty much every game mode. Black Cat, Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes, and Miss Marvel Hardlight is a deadly combo. Once you get this full team unlocked, you may be replacing Doctor Strange and Photon in that Arena meta, but yeah, at least 3 of these characters are going to be involved in the Arena meta for a little while now. Not going to have a lot of value in the raids, but in Cosmic Crucible, I do see these guys taking out some of these problematic teams, maybe even Bifrost in Room 2. And in war, they're going to be very good as well. They have war bonuses. There are going to be a top war team as well. Hopefully taking out some of these problematic teams like the Gamma team, like the Apocalypse, like Apocalypse in any game mode here. So yes, this is a top team. I'm cheating a little because they're not here in the game yet, but yeah, you know they're going to shine once they fully arrive here. So Secret Defenders gets the #1 spot for me. And those are the top 10 teams in Marvel Strike Force today, in my opinion. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. Hopefully you got some value from this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and support the channel. And if you want to get more great Marvel Strike Force content, at least 5 videos per week, hit that subscribe button for news videos, question answer videos, countdown videos, gameplay videos, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. And if you want to see what are the best characters you should be building up for this Black Cat event, make sure you check out the video up there. I'll see you guys next time. Hulk fist bump. Thanks for watching, guys. ValleyFlyin out.